Hello, my beautiful lovelies. This is Miss Ively here. I hope that you're all doing well. You know that I always hope that for you and pray for all of you. All right, so today I am going to do a little tutorial. I know there's millions of tutorials out there and whatnot, but there is one specific person who said, yes, please, Ively, can you do a video on that? So I am complying and following through with my promise that I would do a video on how to create any size box so that you are not stuck to waiting on someone to give you the specific dimensions of creating boxes and whatnot. Once you know how to do it this easy way, you're going to create all kinds of boxes from here on. I promise you. Now, I know that it's not live, but to me, I'm considering this to be live because I'm recording this without me like planning ahead. So we might make mistakes along the way, but still, I'm gonna do my best to show you what it is that I personally do, okay? This box right here that I have, this is my own designs, my own prints. Now, when I say my own prints, I do manipulate certain prints that I can purchase because I do have memberships to different software programs that allow you to have royalty-free commercial use prints. Okay, I just want to put that disclaimer out there, but I do change it up and make it my own. So these are things that you're going to see in my shop, just to share that with you. But if you saw my previous video that I showcased the new paper pads that I purchased, I am going to use some of those papers to show you how to make a box. We're going to start out with, now we've got our little handy little ruler. We've got our Fiskars cutting thingy, and of course our scoring board. So we're going to set this aside for a moment. I'm not fully set up here. Like, if you see the mess that's behind me, you're going to be like, Ively, what the heck? What's wrong with you? You have plenty of time, don't you? No, not really. I've got boxes from deliveries and they're still there. And I take apart my boxes, you know. The condo association, they have people that come and throw out our garbage and things like that. So I do my best to make things as easy as possible for them. But not everyone else does it. I see the messes that people leave outside. Like, we have this humongous section where our garbage bins are like completely enclosed, so it's not out on the street. You don't smell anything. I mean, the condo really takes care of their tenants, they really do. But the tenants, I'm tongue tied. The tenants aren't always so respectful. Like, they think, oh, well, these are just garbage guys. Like, whatever. That's their job. No, that's not cool. Do your part, man. Your mama don't live here. Well, maybe she does. I don't know. But your mama ain't the one cleaning outside. So, come on now. Be nice. So, I'm being lazy and I don't want to take apart the boxes. So, it's like sitting behind me. So, I can't even roll my chair from one end to the other. But whatever. We're going to work with that. All right. Just give me one sec. Okay. I am near the door, so I don't like people being nosy and listening. They might, I don't know if they can hear me in the hallway. Who knows? I don't know. But whatever. All right, so I decided to use these two paper pads. I mean, I could switch it with this one and that one, but I'm just going to work with these two. So this is going to be the top of the box, the lid, and then this will be the bottom. I like creating mix and match stuff. So for this first one, we're going to do the basic, which is a 4x4 box. I want the box to be, let me just show you. This is a box that was just recently won in my giveaway. And this is going to go out tomorrow. I'm shipping it out because I finally just got the address of the winner. So this is a 4x4 box. Yes, this is one of my prints that I put together, and as you can see, I added different elements of colors to this box, right? That's what I mean by I like to mix and match it. So this one is 4x4, and the sides are only 1 inch, okay? So that way you can get a visual of what we're about to do. Just give me one moment, because this is getting prepped for shipping. Okay, so let's get started with the basics. Once you know this, you're gonna figure it out very easily. All right, so I'm not good at drawing. Just keep that in mind, okay? So, all right, so we've got a box. Let me see. Let's just draw the box, because I don't want to keep the other one here and use it as an example, because I want it to be... All right, so this is our box, 4 by 4, right? With 1 inch flaps. All right, so this is how I do it. You flatten it out, right? Because when you're making your box, it's flat, and then you got to do the scoring lines. So you're working with a sheet. All right. Well, I start from the inside, and then I work my way outwards. You got it? So my box, you know what? I'm going to use black pen instead. My box is, again, girls, I don't draw very well, especially making straight lines, so forgive me. My whole box is 4 inches, right? That's what I want it to be, 4 by 4, right? Like, once it's all put together. Okay, well, that means that from here to here, this is 4 inches going across. So we're working with the width of the box right now, right? 4 by 4. Well, we need the flaps. How are we going to make the flaps? Okay, so I'm going to put a flap on this side and a flap on this side, right? Because we have 2 sides going across. Now this is when you're laying your paper flat. Well, what size do you want your sides to be? 1 inch? Okay, so this is 1 inch, right? Let's just do it here. 1 inch. So from this line to this line, it's 1 inch. How about this side? Well, duh, it has to be the same, right? So we've got another 1 inch to 1 inch from this line to that line. We're just going to add this up. 1 inch plus 4 inches plus another inch equals 6 inches. Yay, the width of the box is 6 inches. Now we're going to do the height. Let's do the height. Yay! Now we need flaps for the height. Okay, so this is a flap. This is another flap. These flaps have to be the same size, right? Right? So we already, wait, hold on. We've already completed these side flaps. Now we need these flaps here, right? Which is these 2. Well, what size are they? Same thing. They're 1 inch, right? So from this line to that line, that's 1 inch. From this line to that line, that's also 1 inch. So what's the height? 1 inch plus 4 inches plus 1 inch. Because this part here, from here to here, is also 4 inches. Yay, 6 inches. Well, Miss Ively, that's the easiest part. Duh, we all know how to do that, but what we need are the scoring. Oh, you want to score this? Well, that's easy. Let's make the box. So you went ahead and cut out your sheet. You got a 6 by 6 sheet, right? 6 by 6 sheet. That's in inches. I normally don't work in centimeters, so you're going to have to figure that out on your own. Blah, 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 blah. That's what the internet is for. All right, so 6 by 6 inches. Usually we'll have like, oh, the width and height, right, of the scoring. But because this is even, it's a 4 by 4 box, we're just going to do it. There's 2 ways that you can do it, okay? The first way is, all right, this is my 6 by 6. Your flap, the first flap is what? 1 inch. Yay! So I'm going to put a line here that represents 1 inch, right? So from here to here, this is the 1 inch mark. Well, that's where you're going to score it. Score at 1 inch. Well, Lively, which one is the next one? Okay. How big did you want the whole box to be? So this area here is what? 4 inches. What's 1 plus 4? 5. That's your next scoring, right? So when you do that, boom, this line appears. There you go. You don't need another one because this is the end of the paper. It's already 6 inches. Got it? You score at 1 and 5 inches. But the simpler way of doing this, if all of your sides are exactly the same, where it's 1 inch all around, then just score 1 inches and just flip the paper, flip it, and you score your 1 inch all around. But Miss Ively, this is the easiest thing. My goodness, we already know this. What if I want a box with a lid? Ah, easy. All right, so you want a box with that's already has a lid attached, right? Is that what you want? And then it has a little flap so that it can close in on you. Right. Okay, so that means this lid right here, we need to add it to this flap. Boom, boom, boom. What do you think this area should be equal to? Obviously the same as this. It has to be the same. So it's 4 inches, right? So instead of it being 6 inches, you just added another 4 inches, right? So it's with, are you catching this? I don't even know if I'm framed. With lid, this will be 1 inch plus 4 inches plus 1 inch plus another 4 inches plus, if you want to add the flap, which obviously you want to do that so that it can close, that's another 1 inch. Now what is the total of the height? 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11 inches, right? We already know that it cannot change across because you're not adding anything across. So the width stays the same. So now, if you want a 4x4 box with lid, you will need a sheet. Wow, this pen makes your writing horrible. If I had the other pen, it would look so pretty. Your sheet, your total sheet would be 6 inches by 11 inches. You will score, this is where the fun part starts, the width, right? The width is 1 inch, 1 inch scores, right? So that'll be 1 inch and at 5 inches, which is what I already showed you here, right? You already know that. Okay, now we're gonna flip it, right? So that you can do the height. Okay, height. How are we scoring this? So basically you're gonna flip it like this. Well, what is this equal to? This line goes to here and it's 1. All right, so that's 1 inch. We score at 1 inch. This section here is what? 4 inches. So what's 1 plus 4? That ends up over here. 5 inches. We're going to score that there. We need this next flap. We know that this flap is what? 1 inch? Yes. So you score at 6 inches because 5 plus 1 equals 6. Boo boo. Then we have the lid. Excuse me. I just choked on my own saliva. That is so disgusting. Sorry. And then this part is what? Also 4 inches. So if you want to reach all over here to get to this line, you have to score at what? What is 6 plus 4? 10. So you're scoring at 10. And then you already reached the end of your paper, so you don't need to score anymore because that's 11 inches already. And boom, there you go. So now you can create any box. Let's try it again. All right, boo-boo. I want, let's just say, usually we only have 12 by 12 cardstock pieces. What if you have the 12 by 24 cardstock pieces? Which is very rare for us to purchase, right, as crafters. But let's just say you actually do have that. All right. I want a box that is, hold on one sec. Okay. All right. So let's say we want a box that's 5 by 7, right, with a lid, right? We want a 5 by 7 box, right? Am I in frame? I can't tell. Okay, 5 by 7 box. We're gonna have a 5 by 7 box with lid. Again, you start from the inside and you work your way out with the flaps. So again, our box is going to look like this. Right? I am such a Picasso, aren't I? So this is our box with the lid. All right? Now, you can add flaps to this if you want to give it a more secure feel to it. You can add that. You want to add that? Yes? Okay, let's do that. So let's get started. So, all right. Actually, I should have made it elongated more. You know what I mean. So, a 5 by 7 box. 5 by 7 width and height. So, which means that from here to here, this is 5 inches, right? Going across, right here to right here. The width is from here to here, 7 inches. I should have started at the bottom of the paper because I'm not going to be able to go further up because I wrote up here. Why would I do that? Hold on one sec. I wasn't thinking. Oh wait, I can roll over. Never mind, I can roll halfway. Alright, let's do this one more time. So, this is our 5 by 7 lid. Am I still on frame? Yes. Okay. So, let's start down here. Am I in frame? Okay. So I said what? The width of our box is 5 inches going across, right? So that's up to there. Okay? Now, the height is going to need to be 7 inches. Okay, cool. So from here to here, it's 7 inches. How thick do you want your box to be, which is the side flaps? We're going to do 2 inches because, you know, we're going to pack it up with some really cool goodies for our Happy Mail, right? Yes. So our flaps have to be pretty thick. So these flaps, let's do the side first. From here to here, it's 2 inches. From here to here, 2 inches, right? We already have the width of the box. Width. Oh, you see that right there? That was me building my closet, and I scraped myself. I don't know how. I just woke up with it. Really annoying how I always find myself with cuts and bruises. So the width is 2 plus 5 plus 2. That's what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 inches. So that's what you need to cut. This is your sheet. 9 inches. All right, so that's the sheet that you have to cut. Okay, now we got to go up, which is to create this bottom part up and the flap. Okay. Okay. Now we know, you do know that these side parts get cut, right? Because it's going to be full here, and then you cut the sides. All right, cool. We know that because you're a crafter. You know what you're doing. This is just for the measurements. All right, so we need the flap. But before we do the flap cover, the lid, we need to do the side panel, which is right here. This is what, ladies? Yes, 2 inches too, because it has to match the other side, right? Okay. Now we're going for this right here, the lid. This is the lid. The lid has to match the inner part of this because it has to be even when you flip it over. So this will be 5 inches, right? Now you ladies decided that you wanted flaps. Okay. Flap over here. A flap over here. What are these flaps? 2 inches and 2 inches. Yay! You said you wanted another flap over here. Well, we got to add another flap. This flap, you can make this shorter, okay, because when you fold it, it's going to kind of hit the bottom. So you can keep it at 2 inches, or you can make it 1/16 of an inch shorter. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to say 2 inches, okay? All right, so we got 2 inches right here. This is a lot. Now we're going to go from here up so we can get the height. Excuse me, we've got the flap, that's 1 inch. We've got, sorry, we're adding it. We've got this section here, that's 5 inches. We've got another flap. Whoa, I was already doing it wrong. This is 2 inches, sorry. Sorry, I don't want to confuse you. First flap is 2 inches, right? Which is the side of the box. The box itself is 5 inches. The other flap is 2 inches. The lid is 5 inches. And the top flap is 2 inches. We add all of this up, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 inches. That's why you need that 12 by 24. Now we know the height of the box is 16 inches. So your entire sheet that you need to cut out is 9 by 16. A sheet that is 9 by 16 inches. Okay? For a 5 by 7 box with lid. Yay, yay. Okay. Are you getting it? If I hope that I explained this well. Now the fun part comes with the scoring. We're going to do the width side, right? We're going to do the width side first. So let's do the scoring. Okay, width side is going across. Got it. This first flap is what? We want it to be 2 inches. So we know that the first scoring is at 2 inches. This full section here has to be 5 inches. So 2 plus 5 is 7. It'll bring you to this scoring part right here. So that's 7 inches. Do you need to score this? No, because this is the end of the line. 7, 8, 9. Your width is already at 9 inches, so you don't need to score this part. You're done with scoring the width side. Now the height side, right? The height. So let's keep that separate. The height. We're going to flip it. This is supposed to be what? This flap is what? 2 inches. Well, then you are scoring it at 2 inches, my dear. Thank you, car. So unprofessional. Then this part here, again, we know it's 5 inches. What's 2 plus 5? 7. So it brings you up to this line here. So 7 inches. Yay! Now we've got this flap right here. We know it's 2 inches across. To take us to this line here, we're adding 7 plus 2, score at 9 inches. You got me so far? Okay, cool. Now we're up to the lid part. We know that this is 5 inches in length. So we're already at number 9. We scored at 9. 9 plus 5 is, you got it, boo-boo, 14 inches. 14 inches will bring you to this right here. And then we've got 2 inches. You don't need to score this because this is already, what? 16 inches, 15, 16. So that's it. So, to make it a little simpler, this is what all of this is going to look like with your... Do you hear that little kid screaming outside? All of this madness. All right. We're just going to take a nice little ruler. All right. Wow, I'm not even centered on the paper itself. Wow. Good going, Ively. I told you, look at that. Even with a ruler, I still mess up. So this is the width side. You can see, oh my gosh, am I in frame? Am I in frame? All right, so this is the width side, right? Width side. We are scoring it at 2 inches. All right, let's score at 2 inches, boo-boo. 2 inches. And then we score at 7. Okay. 7 inches. Now we're going to go to the height side. Height side. We said what? We got to score it at 2 inches. All right, we're going to score it at 2 inches. And then we score at 7. I'm just pretending. You know what I mean, right? At 7 inches. So this is 2 inches, 7 inches. Oh, and then we got to do 9 inches. And then we score again at 14 inches. There we go. Now you see how it's starting to look like this? All right, now we're going to play around with what needs to be cut, because it has to look like this, right? Okay, I hope I'm still in frame. We are going to cut these flaps out. We are going to cut these flaps out. No, no, that's wrong. Oh, Ively. Oh, you just messed up the class. Students, we're going to retract. You're not completely cutting this out. You are making a slit. Slit here and a slit here. I am so sorry. Slit here and a slit here. Do not cut this out. Oh my gosh, I'm being horrible. Because what you need is basically like a cut like this. So you're going to make a slit and then miter the corner. So you're going to miter the corner, okay? On these 2 flaps. Got it? I think you got it. Then you're going to do the same thing here. We're going to make a slit here and make a slit here, right? Make a slit here and make a slit here, right here. You're going to cut this, cut that, cut this, cut that, right? So you have like the little square here. You're going to miter these corners again, because these 2 flaps will become the sides of this bottom part. You got it? So that you can make your square, which is, where's my box? Hold on. You already know how to make the boxes. You know what I mean. These see how I mitered the corners there so that you can adhere it. So that's what I'm referring to. Okay? Sorry about making that mistake in the beginning. I'm sorry. Okay, let me sit back down. All right. So don't forget, miter, make a slit here, slit, 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 and miter the corners. Adhere this part of the box first. Got it? Now we're going to work on the lid. You wanted to keep these flaps, right? If you didn't want to keep it, then you can get rid of this. So basically you're going to cut a slit and miter these corners. Just miter these corners. You got it? Right? You know what I mean. It should be this way, but whatever. You got it. So now you've got this little design right here. And then this, yes, this is the part that you cut out. Jeez, Ively, you were just completely wrong. Okay, because this is this top part right here, and then you miter the corner or round it, whatever it is that you want to do, so that it can flip over on this side. I hope with all the messiness that I just did that you kind of get what I mean. So now we're going to have some fun, and I'm going to take my own advice and create this. So, which one are we going to do? I can't do the 5x7 box with a lid, but I can do it without the lid, right? So, let's try this. We have my 5x7. Alright, I'm gonna pretend like I'm not doing a video and I'm just gonna sit here and do it myself. Alright, so we're gonna stay a little quiet right now and do some work here. So just bear with me a moment while I figure this out.